Hello, everyone! Yay! Miss Erica Mashilwane is back in the building with another amazing YouTube video, guys. Updated. I haven't done this in like a minute. Like, I'm pretty sure my last video is from like a year ago. Embarrassing, but I'm back. Okay, I took a pause and I went to beauty school, guys. Hello. Okay, let me just introduce myself. Okay, hello everyone, my name is Erica Mashilwane and I am the founder of the amazing beauty brand Cosmashica. Let me show you guys my baby. Cosmashica. Deborah is my other name. That's why it says Deborah on it. I'm a professional makeup artist, certified makeup artist, guys. So I am the makeup artist you call when you have a serious event, okay? Yes, okay, so I went to beauty school. I went to face-to-face to get an entire proper 6 months of hardcore training, okay, in the beauty industry. And I did work at a few events, you know, that were pretty top tier, some fashion shows, some this and that, you know what I mean? And yeah, basically I'm just here to give you guys a rundown of the products you would need to achieve this look. Okay, I'm not gonna do a sit down today. I will do that soon, but for today I just wanted to show you guys the products step by step in order to do this. This is the makeup I wear every day to school because I'm currently doing a styling course. Okay, so that's manicure, pedicure, lashes, massage, facial, the works. Okay, so yeah, my kit is a bit of a hectic mess, guys. Please do not judge me, but yeah, so basically what you would first and foremost do is keep up with your skincare routine. So that is washing your face, cleansing. The cleanser I use is the Neutrogena one, the Hydro Boost. It's the blue one, it's got a pump. And then I follow up with a nice day cream. I'm using the Eucerin one. Guys, I just ran so much, so let me catch my breath. I'm using the Eucerin one, the day cream, and then I also put on some sunscreen. So for anyone that doesn't know, sunscreen, you pat it on, so you don't actually rub it into your skin. So your face, your day cream, you would actually rub into your skin nicely, and then your sunscreen, you just kind of pat it on. Okay, then I come with this beautiful baby that I bought from Face to Face, which is a school that I go to. It's called a makeup primer. This is a cream primer. It feels cold on the skin. It just works really well because it feels more like a day cream more than it does like a super oil-based thick primer. I really love it. Just works really well. So for anyone that is a bit extra, you can actually go to the Face-to-Face branch and purchase it from their offices. But otherwise, I'll look for a retail store or primer that's sort of like this. I haven't really found one or seen one, but yeah. And for the girlies that do want to actually enroll to Face-to-Face, they have a wide variety of courses: makeup, hair, lashes, manicure, pedicure, facial, the works, like skin therapy stuff. So you can just go purchase your primer and also ask if you do want to get into the beauty space, because they are the only internationally certified beauty school in the country. Yeah, okay, so yes, I begin by applying a bit of my primer on my face when I begin this look. And then, okay, there's so much I have to teach you guys. I want you guys to know everything, okay, about makeup and the works. Then we come in with this. So this is a little gel for your brows, right? I'm in the sun, so I'm gonna sweat quite a lot, so forgive the shininess. So when I open it, it's like this. It kind of looks like this. I don't know if that's gonna focus, but yeah. Let's kind of do that. Okay, so yeah, this is the gist of it. You open it and it's like that. It's like this brown brow gel. It's a brow gel. So I kind of use a little, I don't really bring my brushes here to show you guys. So I would just use the tiniest brush you have. I dip into this brown little gel, brow gel, and then I would draw in my brows, right? Draw into the shape. And then I would take a spoolie, don't have one of those either here, brush up my brows. Okay, cool. Then because really this is like a day makeup for school, day to day, we have to wear makeup every single day. I take my skin shade of foundation. Forgive me guys, I did not prepare this tutorial in advance. I just decided to give you guys something, you know, something you can use, something that is real, okay? So you're gonna take your shade of foundation and then I dip in with an angled brush. So yes, something similar to that right there. Dip into the foundation, which is your skin color. I use Krylon because it's thick and then it really creates the shape that stays. Like I did this at before 8 a.m. 7:30 in the morning I did this and it's about 4:30 right now. My makeup is still intact, okay? So this is the Krylon brand makeup. My shade is D13/14L, but at the Krylon store, they do match your shade for you, okay? So then I dip into that, I create the shape, right? So then I'd follow the shape, do the same thing on top, follow the shape, other side, my brows are done, okay? Because this is like me on the go in the morning. I have like 10 to 15 minutes to do my makeup, okay? So then I start by doing my brows. I'm also giving you guys the correct order of doing makeup in terms of a professional makeup artist as I'm explaining along. So it would be your primer, you start with your brows, you carve out your brows, and then I take the same foundation in my shade, and then I just take a foundation brush, okay? I don't really have one of those on me, but even something as small as this, as medium as this, and then the same shade that you were shaping with, you take it all the way down to your eyelid, right? With that nice thick cream foundation. You don't use too much product because it's such a good quality foundation. You just take it to your eyelids and then you're gonna take a fluffy brush. I don't have one of those, but let's just say for argument's sake you had this. But this is very like thin, you know? I want you to use a very fluffy one. Then you're gonna take a nice eyeshadow, right? So with day makeup, you actually do 3 shades of eyeshadow, which is what I am doing. This is the palette that I use. Here at the back, it's got the E because it's earth colors. So yeah, these are like the shades. This palette is incredible, okay? I got it from Face to Face. As I said, if you're dramatic, you can go to the Face to Face branch. I go to the Houghton branch and basically purchase it, or you can maybe Google the name because it says Vision Cosmetics. If you maybe search that online, you could maybe order it online and find it. Yeah, so then I would start by taking a matte. So that's a matte shade that is very like earth-like color, like a brown, but not a deep brown, just like skin shade, right? So the one I use is this one, right? Okay, so I use this shade to apply this eyeshadow literally from this line that you created. You don't want a wet patch anyway, so you literally put in the eyeshadow all the way here, your brow bone, coming to this crease. You're applying this whole area with that shade of like nude, right? It mustn't shimmer, it must just be a flat color. I don't know if you guys can notice, but it's a very flat color with no shimmer, right? And then you can take another fluffy brush, okay, a smaller one, and now you're going to be doing this sort of maroon in the crease, right? If you do want to be very precise, you kind of just hold your skin and you lift it a little bit to make sure that you're blending in very nicely, because you don't want harsh shapes. You don't want to cut crease, because this is like regular day makeup, right? And then you're going to now use a bit of a maroon, right? So I use that shade, right? And I'll apply that into here. I do this in like, my makeup look, I do it in like 10-15 minutes, because I'm like on the go. I do this all the time, so it's quick, right? So then you'll be using that like maroonish shade in your crease. And then if you do want a bit of definition, you will go back with your foundation, right? Your skin shade foundation. And you will take a small brush again, and you'll kind of just put a bit of foundation on your actual eyelid, just to make a nice sticky base for you to now put the color that you desire, right? So I had an exam today, so I wanted to kind of look presentable and cute. So I did use a little bit of a shimmer. I used 2 shades, which were these. So I used this sort of lighter champagne color and a bit of a gold, right? And then I kind of mixed those 2 and put them on my eyelids. That's what it looks like. Okay, and then that was it for the eyeshadow, right? So now that you're done with eyeshadow, I came through with a liquid liner, right? This is a liquid eyeliner. Let me just open it for people that do not know what a liquid liner looks like, darling, inside. Okay, this one is like this, right? It's just like that. The tip is very hard so that it creates a nice line, right? Then I do a black liner. I don't really wing it, because it's a day makeup. You're not trying to look extra, right? You want to look super professional, like you're a makeup artist or a beauty therapist. Okay, so I do a nice black liner with liquid liner, and then I take mascara. You can obviously buy a proper brand mascara from Clicks, Dischem, Edgar's, Woolworths, wherever. Sorry guys, from wherever, and use it. But because I applied lashes, I do not mind using any El Cheapo mascara that you can get for like, these ones are like 15 rand, really. You know what I'm saying? Because I just apply it just to take off the excess powder that was coming from my eyeshadows, right? So I'm just trying to make my eyelashes black again, right? And then once I've done that, I apply glue to my lashes. Okay, let me not lie. I do my lashes last in case I don't get a chance to put on fake lashes. By this point, you would have mascara on. So I'll move on to the rest of my face. I will take my Krylon foundation. Forgive me, guys. I'll take my Krylon foundation, and I'll take a foundation brush, which is much bigger than this. Same thing, like this flattish one, but a bigger one, right? And then now you will apply foundation all over your face. Now you're applying foundation, nice, right? If you do want to make it nice and smooth, I just apply it nicely, and then I let it kind of melt onto my face, onto my skin, and I move on to the next step. But if you do have a lot of time, you can take something like this, a bit of a fluffy brush, and sort of buff out the foundation to make sure you have a very smooth application, right? But yeah, so then your foundation will be on, and then I like to because this is a very thick foundation, and it melts with heat, so I let it kind of sit on my skin, and then I do move on to my lashes at this point, right? After putting on foundation everywhere, I move on to my lashes. So then I will use a lash glue, which I did not include in this box right now. It's up in my room because it's so dirty, guys. I just didn't want to show you guys a very dirty product, but it's the Ardell lash adhesive, right? I think in one of my previous videos I did show you guys the lash glue that I've been using. It's still the same one. I absolutely love it. So then I just apply that to the strip lash, let it dry for like 2-3 minutes. but usually it goes on white, and then as soon as it starts turning a bit bluish, then you kind of stick it on. You use a mirror, you look at yourself in the mirror, you kind of stick it on, then it stays nicely, as you can see, like it's been on the whole day. And then because now my foundation would have melted into my skin, right? After doing all of that, then I come in with my Revlon Color Stay Blot matte setting powder. This powder is the powder I swear by. I love this. It's the one I use every single day. Keeps me looking super matte, super professional. I've been in the sun for a minute at this point. Been sweating, I've been going up and down. I went to school, I came back, all of the works. So that's why I'm a bit shiny, but I swear by this powder, right? Especially with using a brand like Kryolan, which can get really oily. You know, it's a thick, proper foundation, right? So that I use this powder all over my face. I would use a brush like this, but smaller. This is a bit huge. But I guess if you're really saving time, maybe you can use this one because it's kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're like done. So I just powder my nose, powder my forehead. And how you actually powder, guys, the right way to powder. Because when you powder under your eyes, you kind of lift your eyes, which creates creases in your forehead. So you don't want to do that. After applying your foundation and sticking on your lashes, when you start to put your Revlon powder, you're going to powder from your forehead because you're not creasing it. You're not like creasing the makeup as yet. So you put powder from your forehead, you go down to your nose, sides of your nose, and then you go under your eyes. So you just look up, you put it under your eyes, and then you do your cheeks, your nose, above your lip. Cool, you set. Literally, you set. And then what I usually do, because I'm not really a blush girl at the moment and it just takes up so much time, how I cheat the system by looking super like glowy, glossy, more done up, I'll now take my MAC highlighter. I swear by MAC highlighters, they're really the greatest. And my favorite shade, I think I bought this twice now, and it really lasts like 2 years. Really, Gold Deposit is the shade I use for my skin tone. Yeah, so that I take my Gold Deposit. I take a small, like the tiniest fluffy brush you can get. This is not a fluffy brush. This is a flat brush. This is for applying. I want something that's gonna just like, you know what I mean? So the smallest little fluffy brush you can get, and you literally dip into your highlighter. This is a highlighter, guys, okay? Some people think highlighter is, you know, when you do the light, when you're doing the contour and concealing. That thing that you do here, 1, 2, 3, and down your nose and under, that's a concealer, it's not a highlighter. This is a shimmer, it's a highlighter, okay? So you're taking your highlighter, which now you don't have to actually use your concealers and your contours. You're cheating the system because you just did one shade, which can make you look very boring, especially after you set. So to add dimension, you take this highlighter, and then you take the fluffy brush, the small one, you put it a bit on the tip of your nose. We're not highlighting all the way down the nose, the squirrel nose or whatever, it's not in anymore. We put it on the tip of your nose, you put it a bit over here. I do a little bit over here. So your highlighter, you're not supposed to put it, you see it has them facing the front. You're not supposed to put highlighter here. It should be, as you turn, it should be here. So basically when I'm looking at you from the front, I shouldn't really see your highlighter until you turn, and then it's here. So you're putting a bit here, you're putting a bit over here, and then I do a little bit above my lip, optional. I do a little bit on my brow bone, optional. Just adds a bit of shimmer. I do a little bit on my chin, optional. Nice. A little bit on your forehead, maybe, optional. Okay, right? And then after doing my shimmer, I usually come in with a lip. So right now, I'm still loving my Fenty Beauty. Hella expensive, hella worth it. Especially if you do have sensitive lips to like some things you can compromise. Like mascara, your lashes are not exactly on your face. So your lashes are not gonna break out. So you can use a cheap product. But something like your foundation, like, it's important to use a good quality one. You know, even if it's not your most expensive, even if it's like your Fit Me, your drugstore stuff, it's fine as long as you're kind of getting it from a trusted place where you know that if something goes wrong, you can go to Clicks, you can go to Discount and tell them, guys, this and this and this happened. I got a really hectic rash. You know, what happened with your products or whatever. Don't just get your 15 Rand foundation from the local sister that's sitting on the side of the road. Support, yes, but I'm just saying, like, be very cautious in terms of the things that are going directly on your skin. So same with my lips. I'm very sensitive when it comes to lip stuff. Your super like cheap, like no-name brand lip glosses and lip stuff really do make my lips break out. It's not everybody. Some people can use it, get away with it, awesome for you. I can't, you know, my lips just really react, they dry out, a lot happens. So I do use this Fenty Beauty. I've dropped it, it's been through it. But this is my lip paint stunner lip paint in the shade Underdog. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, it's the lip I'm wearing. I've been wearing it all day. I think I only reapplied it once now at around 4:30 just to talk to you guys. But it stays all day. So yeah, you can use anything else. You can use a lip gloss, whatever you prefer, whatever works for you. This is just what I'm using. And then what else? That is basically it in terms of this day makeup, everyday makeup. But you see, when I'm talking about the step of using the foundation and then going over it with the powder, that is when I have a bit of time, right? If I'm really in a rush, I do a 2-in-1, which is basically taking the foundation and the powder, and then it's all in one thing. So then I use my L'Oreal Infallible powder foundation, because now it's like applying foundation and powder at the same time. It's a one step, you know. If I do that, I'll take a fluffy brush, but something a bit smaller, so that I can get into all the cracks. Just that the coverage won't be as good. Like right now, this coverage is super nice. The coverage here is also really good. Like, I would recommend this L'Oreal. My shade that I stay using is 340. But you can obviously find your shade, and if you feel like you do struggle with marks, maybe you can just cover the marks, then do this. But otherwise, this is the step I use if I really am in a rush and I don't have time to first apply a cream foundation, then a powder. I just kind of do this one step. Sorry about how all my products are looking. As I told you, this was like an on-the-go thing I decided to do for you guys, because I love you and it's been a while. And then, yeah, I think that is it in terms of just me giving you a quick updated routine product, showing you the products I've been using. Then yeah, I don't really use a setting spray right now. I should, and it's gonna start to get into summer, so I will probably start doing that. But yeah, because I think in winter it was a lot colder, so the makeup stayed. There was no reason to really set it because it was like set by the cold. But when it starts getting warmer, hotter, more day events, I'm probably gonna have to also set my powder, and I'll also show you guys in my next video. And next time I'll do a nice sit down and go step by step with you with the brushes and explain a whole lot more things, and do maybe more glam makeup for you guys, because there's different processes for different types of makeup. So this would be my day makeup just with a shimmer. Usually with day makeup, it would be the very same thing, but then instead of a shimmer lid, it would be maybe you'd use a matte orange or something just the same, but without the shimmer, right? And for the lip, you'd use like your nude. So you'd maybe line your lip with a brown and then add a bit of a nude, maybe a bit of a gloss, you know? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk, chit chat to tell you that I'm back and better, baby, coming to you live. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Please do subscribe, like, comment, and share.